everybody. It's moving day today. We got 3 pieces of equipment, 2 of them going back to the house, and the third one needs to go down to Global. So I got my buddy Tavit coming to knock that one out. It's dumping rain out there. I'm gonna swing in the Golden Arches now and get a couple McGriddles for us, because it sounds like a good call to get some nice warm breakfast, maybe a coffee or something. Then we're gonna haul the 2 machines. I don't got a trailer back there, don't worry guys. It's at the job site, and hopefully the dually fits through this little drive-through. Treat tight. Take your wide. Give me 65 McGriddles. Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say I had to back it up and rub a curb or 2, but we made it through with the dually. Guy was like, is that thing gonna fit? I don't know. We're gonna find out. See if I can beat Tavit up there. He doesn't know where he's gotta go. Got my coffee. Got him a weird coffee. You ask for a cold coffee flop, get a Dr. Pepper. Try it. Mob up this hill, grab some tractors. Apparently he's stuck behind a Toyota Corolla, so he's gonna be a while. Oh, nope, not him. He didn't let me pull out in front of him, so he had to go off out in the bushes and turn around his truck and trailer. Kind of called his bluff a little bit and then backed off, but I was gonna cut him off right there on the off ramp, but that would have been bad. Would have had ourselves an accident. See what he wants to do. That hill getting up in here is a little bit slick, but he's got the good brakes and he's got brand new tires on his truck, so he should have good traction. But you know what they say about traction, it's good when you got it, but if you don't got it, it don't really matter what you think you have. I don't know if they say that, but it sounded good in my mind before I spoke it. You keep going. Huh? That's good. It gets soft out there. Either if you want to load up here or go down to that next flat spot. That way this spot's kind of slick. So it's up to you. I'm going to film a little video with that thing first, but I got to get this thing out of don't steal me mode. Yeah, look at it. It's in don't steal me mode. Don't touch me. Oh yeah, Warren. I think you do. Come on, Boone. I got a million of these little gun lock things. Never lock up a gun, because what if you need it? But it'll lock up everything else. I cleaned on it for like an hour last night.
Oh, nice. Thank you for the breakfast.
Oh yeah. Nice rain. Try and get a sandwich. We decided to come down here to the flatter ground, skip one part of the hill. It's got a bunch of pine needles and all that junk on it. Makes for a kind of slick ride. And this machine weighs almost 25,000 pounds. We'll just as soon knock it out right here. Get her lined up. This thing is not a sissy when it comes to those tracks are aggressive. Typically we like try to aim for the planetary to be somewhere, I think a little bit behind the rear axle, but I think for this sake we're going to put a little bit more on the truck, so we'll go right above it or slightly in front, trying to get the truck weighted down some. That's a big monster right there. No, we'll figure something out here. But one thing to note, this thing does have the hydraulic push bar. You got to be very careful with them cylinders. They like to go taco on you and fold in half. And also, these things are very, very friendly with trees. They like to stab them in the eye. So you got to watch out for that. Yeah, Oh, it's fogged. Oh, thank you, gringo. I'll see you go down this hill.
Okay.
Let me know how this bad girl tows.
Yeah.
The most, we got to back up so we can get a photo of the trucks next to each other.
Well, I have that thumbnail. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Gotta admit, hands down, the most doable setup. Got a daily driver girlfriend mobile. And then on the weekends or after work, if you want to pick up the 40K gooseneck and just let her eat, sticker on the door says 54,000.
There it is.
Gross combination weight rating. All the fun.
Sweet. All right.
Man.
Send me that photo. That must look good up there.
I'll take one. Nailed it. Hands down my favorite videos to watch on YouTube. It's not necessarily ever about the content, but it's about the people that are in the videos. And when it comes down to a couple buddies that can just be joking around and still getting something done, like, that's what I'm aiming for to watch. We all can agree back in the day with Greg A and his buddies, that was like the start of it, I would say, because they just went out and did their thing, race trucks, build trucks, had fun. And I don't know what happened to his buddies, but Cletus and all his friends, they're all doing that same thing now. So I think as a channel, it's fun to bring your buddies on, and I don't mind promoting my buddy Tavit at all. He's got a YouTube channel. It's called I'm an Operator. It's one hell of a good dude. I met him through YouTube. He's a subscriber a couple years back, and just came over on a whim, and we've been hanging out pretty consistent ever since. And he went ahead and got himself a nice truck setup. He's going a lot faster than I would have, but maybe it's just the sound effects. Dude. Going way faster than I would have. Whatever it takes, but hopefully you guys go watch some of his videos he posts. Not super regularly, but it keeps you entertained. But let's go up here. I gotta grab these two machines. 2 trips for me. I was gonna run with him down there, but you know, that'd be like a 3-hour round trip. So I'll just soon let him knock that out. I'll go up here and, yeah, get my machines, haul them home. Hauling the excavator to Dad's, and then I'm hauling 12 to my house. Get that taken care of. 50-acre chunk, done. I think it was more than that. I don't know. I'm not sure at what point I decided to bring a little buddy over here and just leave it, but made it nice this morning because I got McDonald's on the way over. Little guy on the trailer. And then if you can't quite get it to reach, you can always do that trick. I don't need to, but I'm just showing you. Break it down, and then done. Funny little bit of information right here. So this is my little buddy trailer, I call it. 210K single tire, 20K rated trailer. It's 22 feet long. This thing sits the same length as my 25-foot long gooseneck trailer. It's like the same overall length, but I can fit the little blue machine on the front of this and still have plenty of capacity left over. And I still have deck space to fit another machine on there. I think that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll throw a photo up for you guys. But why not haul that machine and that machine? Well, that one is around 16,000 pounds. That's 12,000 pounds. Technically speaking, Tavit's truck and trailer combination weight rating, he can haul both those machines. The machine he's hauling right now weighs about 2,000 pounds less than these two machines combined, which that's pretty crazy right there to think about. So let's go ahead and hit the road. I'll have to come back for the other one because I just ain't got the truck for it. Neither do Ford guys. Honestly, we've got like maybe 2 weeks of work on this job to complete it. Just the rain and snow and everything screwed us over. But this is a spot right here towing that new prime up that, or both primes really, the truck started spinning. So pine needles are kind of gone, and then definitely all the underbrush and all that stuff is kind of gone. Win-lose situation with a automatic. It's a lot easier on everything. Ooh, we got a little huckenbuck going on. Calm down now. But it just, I'm not really too worried about the gear I'm in because I can just leave it in gear. Don't have to push in the clutch. Don't have to do all that mess. These Iacins, I'll be excited for that new 5500. I'll tell you that much. 4 months. 4 months. Pretty much combination between Tavit's truck and 5500. Just combo, Laramie, just like this. Pulled this one last night, dropped it off. There's a little blue tractor I was talking about. I could fit that on there with this guy. Pretty sweet little combo. This excavator is actually very practical, very functional for its size. It actually gets quite a bit done. But just the 080, we managed to make that thing work on pretty much every job site. This one weighs 12,000 pounds, like I said. It's just not as flexible. The boom can't lift as high up close to you. A couple of issues like that. People ask about these tracks. I personally would not spend the money on these. You got triple grouses underneath. The rubbers just end up falling off, so you end up just those steel tracks. They had terrible locking pins on it. Ended up just welding them together, welding the locking pin in. And those things are about 2.5 times the cost of factory ones. So my recommendation, if you're going to get new tracks, unless you just want full steel, just get factory stuff. Lasts just as good. Got 3,000 hours out of the first set, almost 4,000 on the 080 now. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this in, and we got one more trip to do. Probably need another, what do they call that? An iced coffee thing? Something? Follow the other channel, the Samson Andrew account. I'd really appreciate it if you check that one out. Dennis Collins is a big reason I wanted to fire up that car content, because I have always been dreaming about the cars I have now. So I want to express a full channel on that. I felt like it's a better chance to be able to meet that guy if I had a successful channel similar to his, chasing cars and, you know, stuff like that. So check that channel out. This guy, top-notch stuff right there. I think he's very well off, very successful businessman flipping cars. He's chasing a Shelby in this one. Talked to Tavit. He said everything went good. Dropped it off. Old Jim's not down there at Global today. He's on vacation. Good for him. At the beach. They're up here where it's been snowing and raining and all kinds of stuff. But luckily somebody down there knows who I am, so I just said, oh, keep it. Now we got to load up the old 12 here. This guy, 700 hours on it. It's had one nick with the emissions, like a sensor or something like that, or a pump. I don't remember what it was. But now it threw a code for a clogged fuel filter, and then it comes and goes, and it could be a bad seal and sucking a little bit of air, or a cracked fuel line. It works, but it doesn't work. It does it right here. Some days it'll fire right up and stay running, and then other days it'll flash the code at you and shut off. We don't need that, that's cold. See, it flashes the code. Then give her a second. Gotta have a cracked fuel line. That's why I'm taking this one straight to my house. I'm gonna pull it in the shop. So we had 2 Prime Techs on this job. I didn't really use this thing all too much, but it threw it in limp mode when it first happened, and I swapped the fuel filters, and then it was good to go. But just the way it sounds there, the lift pump seems to be building up good pressure and filled up the water separator just as it should when I first put that on there, and now it just kind of does that. But it does it every once in a while, not every time, but got it on camera so you guys can see it. Maybe you had this issue before. Again, 700 hours on it. Let's just go ahead and load this sucker up. I got my truck in 4-wheel drive and in park. I don't know why people think it's okay to take it out of park. It's designed to keep your truck there. Forget that YouTuber guy is talking about, take it out of park. It's going to be hard on the transmission. Take it out of gear. That is ensuring that thing does not move by having that park gear or flat out in gear. So screw that by taking it out. Sure, something like that. That sounds good. Yeah. Chain down procedure again, but them speed binders make it quick. Simple that I've overlooked for the longest time. Having like a storage dedicated to just your tie downs and stuff. I got a lot of extra miscellaneous in here because this trailer gets used for a lot of different things than just hauling equipment. This is for hauling my project cars. Those ratchet binders, ratchet straps with the chains on the end. Those are real nice for working vehicles over. Little stuff for Home Depot runs and all that. And the best part about it, keeps everything dry. Do got this sweet, forget what they call that, big tongue box or whatever you call it. That sounded dirty. Big tongue box, that's what we call them on the street. But that, I keep a spare tire and everything in there. And having this one up on the top is just way easier access. The tongue box, convenient, but almost kind of difficult to get to every time. That's what she said. Oh, okay. Especially on rainy days, those speed binders are nice because you're not slipping and fumbling with one of these binders that just soggy. Then you just take this, hook it right there on your belt or your ass pocket. Don't ever hear me complaining about how easy these ramps are to pick up. But this, that finger, right there, boom, boom. So nice. No idea how many tractors we have, quite a few, but even hauling for other people, these little short jump chains are nice. Then I discovered you get these little grade 8 hooks, or grade 70, and most everything's got a nice easy access like that, so you can just throw the hook in it. But just in case I got a weird option where that hook don't work out, or throw this on a track for a bigger machine, one of those Prime Techs, hook that right in the track. So I like to have multiple options. For this little guy, midline, put that on there. It just saves a lot of time just by having these short little jumpers. I don't need to carry a 20-foot chain. Main thing that it saves time on is ease of one hook done, and then there's nothing really left over to wind up. A lot of the time when I'm hauling our own equipment, I charge a move in, move out fee that just gets stacked onto the job. It's not really any correlation with the truck itself. It's just job fee for setup charges. And so it's pretty much a flat rate, job to job. Sometimes if it's a little bit out of town, I'll try to charge, but look at that. Found 20 bucks. Well, I just made money today. Look at that. So I made my normal rate plus 20 now. But what my point is, little stuff like this, if I'm just doing piecework, that'll pick up the pace a little bit, get me on to the next job, and I can make my money quicker doing stuff like that. You know, if you're building birdhouses, you build 3 a day on piecework, you need 3 bucks. But if you can build 5 in the same 3 hours or whatever, then you've just made almost double the money in the same amount of time. So doing little things like this, that saves me 10-15 minutes. Then I talk to the camera and eat that back up. But, oh, just sacrifice. Then you find 20 bucks and you're back up again. Man, left Boone at my dad's house and I don't don't think we need to do anything here. Let's take one more look around up here. I don't think we left anything up here. Maybe, I think I just dog dish. But this is a project we started last year. I forget how many acres we did last year, then added some to it this year. Quite a bit of ground cover. This was just thick, thick, thick. I'd like to build something like that at my house just for driving the truck and trailer underneath, parking it for the day. Get it out, the elements. It's crazy to think that those cargo containers, even the longer ones like that, used to be a couple grand delivered. But now, shit, there's 20,000 worth of cargo containers depending on which way you go. Plus the roofing. It's almost as cheap just to buy a whole building. Concrete and everything, but maybe I'll get something like that going at the house. You get a lift though. Them car projects. Can't get underneath them with the jack. Need a lift. So let's hit the road. Everything looks good on this. It is just, it's dumping rain. How you doing, camera? Got to take little hills like this slow. You get the huck and buck, stuff starts to come off the ground just ever so slightly and puts you in a bad position. But it's just, you know, even big rigs, they got safety precautions and stuff in case they lose air to their brakes. If you lose air to maxis, they just full brake, but you lose that little, I don't know, maybe it's 12, 14 gauge wire, maybe even smaller, just that little feed wire, just telling those brakes back there to magnetize. That's all that really saves you. I mean, it's just weird that it comes down to the wire like that. Same thing with Tavit's rig. I mean, he's got some heavy duty hydraulic drum brakes on that rig, but it all comes to that wire, a little plastic plug-in. Millions and millions of vehicles just relying on that. Don't believe in that hydraulic pusher style brake system that you get at U-Haul and stuff like that. I think that's a very, I mean, I guess it's an effective system, but man, that is very cruel. All right, I'll park right here so that the truck can't go anywhere. Yep, I'm gonna be blocking the road and take that out of four wheel. Let's go close the gate. I think this is the last time I'll be out here. Man, a lot of days spent here. Yep. It's one of those kind of days, you know. Just waiting to get home, held back by the light. This little buddy trailer's slick though. Works excellent. Hey, watch out. Not really sure what kind of car old Vice Grip's working on, but kept the guy entertained on the way home. 4 machines off that job. If you added all 4 of them up on the number of hours it takes to get those things off the job site, let's see, 4 machines, 3 different locations they all went to, but it was more than $1,000 to get those things off the job site just by the hours, which is kind of ridiculous. It's burned half the day now. Gonna go ahead and fire up some pizza pockets. Sound good right now, so I'm gonna aim for those. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Look it out, just double check the whole load and everything. It finally stopped raining, but now it's just straight misting, which is okay. All my mud stayed on there. That was nice. Speed binders still tight. Let's check the hubs just for the heck of it. Look at the tires. They're steaming. They're not even warm, but nothing's even warm. But it's funny how the tires will do that. I don't hit any temperature to them whatsoever. Need to get this thing out of my way. What the hell is it's a Zyman. It's like a zip tie knockoff. Oh yeah. That's my spare tire. I had a nail go through my other one. That puts a hurt on things. Look how close I get to that. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed hauling equipment off. Make sure you guys keep your wire tight. What does that mean? Appreciate it if you hit them buttons, like, comment, subscribe, all that mess. Made it over 100,000. Made it over 102,000. See if we can make it 103,000. See you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Stay warm. And I'm gonna go eat, and I gotta get my puppy dog. I left him with my dad so he can hang out with his buddy and play around. Later.